Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational Monster Train series where we discuss my conversational skills a little bit. I recognize having got received a lot of feedback on this from folks, which I super appreciate, by the way. Keep that coming. That things I keep saying words over and over in a very conversational manner. I find that I use the word like a lot. It's interesting because in my professional life at work, I don't do that. When presenting publicly, I don't do that. That's something that I do in conversation with friends. And so people have commented on that and have said that they don't like it when I'm using that word in too much of a conversational tone. Another one that I received some comments on is that I use the word spooky a lot, even though there's nothing supernatural going on in the video, obviously, but it is also a video game, and I think the word sounds cool. That one I might still say, just a little less perhaps. I do recognize I went and watched that video and found that I said it probably more than I needed to. And I think what happens is if I say it a lot, then you notice it. If I don't say it a lot, then it just kind of becomes part of the noise that I make during the stream, and it's not so much of a big deal. The other thing I've noticed is that I tend to talk quick and speak a lot, and I still take a long time. There was another piece of feedback about me spending too much time idling over a decision that was definitively correct and not playing the game while explaining it. And that one is a little tougher to explain, but I don't. You have to dedicate enough brain power to your actions in this game. They're not obvious. You have a lot of units on a lot of floors. You need to scroll. You need to keep a mental note of which things are dying where and what you're taking damage wise where. There's a lot going on. And trying to navigate a conversation while correctly playing cards is really difficult, actually. I will try my best, but I think it's important that I don't get into an autopilot mode with this series because really the whole pull of this series is that I'm playing well. And you kind of accept that you're going to get a little bit longer episodes as a result of that. And you can, of course, watch this on 2 times speed. I certainly don't blame you. I know that when I'm listening back for any issues that people point out to me, I'm watching them at 2x speed because I don't want to hear myself in 1x. So, fair enough. So, there are options. I think that no matter what, I'm going to toil over decisions because I want my decisions to be correct. And me flinging cards just so that I can have a conversation while playing those cards is going to represent a deterioration of my ability to play correctly. And I don't want that sacrifice. So suffice it to say, I think there's enough of interest here. I hope I do better. I will be thinking about it. I will be enunciating a little more clearly, hopefully still being just as entertaining, if at all possible. And, we'll see how it goes from there. And yeah, certainly this is also going to be a factor of what time it is when I'm recording this. It's currently 4:15 a.m., which is a little bit yikes, but I am still pretty energized, so we're going to be okay. And yeah, that is probably as much as I'm going to say on that here. To remind anyone joining us for the first time what's going on here, we are playing the Train of Thought, which is an educational series using the Stoker deck editor in order to construct runs. This means that it uses base game balance, but I am editing the deck at certain points in order to emphasize and show off certain cards, certain whatever. In this particular series, we are reviewing the rare banner units. There are 18 of them, 6 clans, 3 per clan, and going from there. This is, amazingly, the very last video in that series. I'm not going to spoil what comes next. I have a number of things kind of on the back burner, and we will just have to see what the next episode brings. Maybe that'll give you some excitement for the coming of the series. So that's what we're doing here. Let's go into the logbook and briefly look at what we did last time. We are on a 30-0 win streak. We had the Bounty Stalker here as our unit of interest. We had an excellent run. It was the competition of 2 permanent scalers with Little Icarus spikes fade in order to kind of build up big numbers there, and then Bounty Stalker trying to die a whole bunch. They competed a little bit. Of course, you can't perfect it if you're trying to balance those things out, but we pretty cleanly reached the victory there. No problems whatsoever. It was a really good Bounty Stalker run. But then again, anytime you have reforms or a way to bring them back, pretty likely to be a good Bounty Stalker run. So that is where we're at. And now we're moving on to the last unit in our series, the Bogdeep Cocoon. So as always, I'll explain what this thing does first in case you're not looking at the screen. It is a 2 Ember, 3 space unit. It has 0 attack, 1 health. So it's got token stats is what that means. And it reads, Shell 12, Hatch, Summon Bog Wurmling. Let me actually adjust this text here so that both the Wurmling and the Cocoon show up. Yeah, I can do that and make it look right by clicking rare here. Perfect. Because it's hard to talk about one without talking about the other, basically. And so this is what a Bog Wurmling does. It is an unplayed unit, so it has no Ember cost. It's 4 space, it has 90 attack, 60 health, and it says Trample, Etch, plus 10 attack and plus 10 health. So this unit is interesting because the Wurmling, if you could play the Wurmling on its own, this unit would be exceptional. It would be truly an absolutely exceptional unit, something like A or S tier, something along those lines. You could charge 4 Ember for it, and I would be fine paying that. Okay, maybe not 4 Ember, 3 Ember, and I'd be fine playing that. Although I guess it would just be a better first of kin in that case. So, I don't know, balance challenges maybe. But the problem is you're not playing this. You're dealing with Bogdeep Cocoon. And eggs in general have a lot of value. I'm a huge proponent of Kin Host Vessel and the Bog Chrysalis. I think they're both excellent. They're reasonable to hatch before enemies reach your floor. They benefit strongly from Endless, and they're just strong units in general. They come kind of packed with multi-strike. Bog Chrysalis because it spawns 2 units, one of which attacks once, and then the Kinhost Vessel because it pops out the Pupa, which automatically has multi-strike. So they're really good. I think they're great units. They're reasonable to protect. The nice thing about them popping out with multi-strike is you don't have problems giving them a large stone or something, right? So it's not a big deal. The Bogdeep Cocoon, if it were just a rare egg with shell 12, I think would be fine. But the problem is it's not. It has an extra ember cost compared to the other eggs and an extra 2 space. So going from a 1 space unit to a 3 space unit. This is a lot of punishment. Meanwhile, this thing still has only 1 health. At 1 health with 2 ember and 3 space, it is incredibly difficult to play this unit. You cannot fit very many things on the floor with it, and it's not particularly great. It likely gets run over very fast. It's also very hard to hatch. You're reliant on things like, trying to think of some examples, accelerated incubation, soul siphon, something like that to generate a ton of echoes very early on so that you can actually hatch this thing. And it's tough. I think that on the average run, this unit is almost unplayable. The other problem here is that it's terrible. If it doesn't hatch, then you have a 0 attack, 1 health unit. And that doesn't help you on Ring 2. So let's say you see this in a unit banner on Ring 2. It's very hard to justify just picking this unit without some mechanism to survive the early game, because you're basically taking a handicap. You might be able to pull off the hatch in Ring 3 with a decent setup. You might not, and if you can't, well, you're definitely dying to Talos or Daedalus there. So you need to have the right lineup for this to work. I think that this unit has too many penalties. It has too many things going against it. The ember is too high, the space is too high, the stats are too low, the shell is too high. It's a case where death by 1,000 cuts is the best way I would describe it. Because if it had any one of these things, it would be okay. Like shell 12 with 1 ember and 1 space with these stats, sure, okay. If it were Shell 8. I might be more inclined to take this here. If it were bigger stats, I mean, if it's such a big unit, why is it still only have 1 health? Give this thing 40 health or something. And sweet, okay, I think that's reasonable then. Or even 25, right? Something that can at least survive a couple rounds of the Divinity, right? And the alternative is make this thing a normal unit, space and number wise. You've got a lot of options. I think any one of these changes could reasonably make this unit really good. Because if you can get the Wurmling out, you're cruising. He's great. He has trample. He scales with consumes. You're really strong in that position. But if you can't get the Wurmling out consistently and on time, you're gonna just lose, is what it comes down to. So I think this unit is better than it looks, but I also think this unit is still pretty bad. You need, I don't want to say the stars to align for it to be playable. I think it is better than, trying to think of a worse unit, Glugsider by a lot. I think it is significantly better than Glugsider. It's at least playable and it's functional in some runs. Probably on the order of a consumer of crowns for me, I think. So I'm going to give it, well, let me explain the tiering system before I tell you what I give it. An S tier unit is something that you can take at any point in the game and win the run with that unit very, I don't want to say easily, but very confidently. And a D tier unit is a unit you should never take, and if you somehow get it, you should get rid of it. I think Bogdeep Cocoon is a C tier unit. It's not bottom of the barrel, but it's not good. I would not call this unit good. It is conditionally good. At least it's playable. The other thing I want to talk about before we get too far, though, is its infusion. This is a very, very good infusion. And it's one of the reasons I think, it's another thing that I think helps this unit a lot to be better. I almost could imagine giving this a B tier just because of the infusion. It says plus 20 attack, plus 10 health, plus 1 space, and trample. Trample in an infusion in a trade for 1 space is extremely worth it. Imagine this into any sweeper. I think we've actually done this already in the series. I think I put Bogdeep Cocoon into Glareminder, actually. And truly, that's a great infusion use. Trample with your sweep, if you have some form of attack scaling, very strong. Very strong. And you just love to see it. Alternatively, trample sometimes, in a lot of cases, is functionally similar to multi-strike, right? So if you scale your attack high enough, but you miss multi-strike in a run, trample is an answer to that problem. And I think that's exceptional news. That's always great when you see it. So there's that. I think even if Bogdeep Cocoon's not useful, the trample is. Now the problem is you have to take this unit. And if it's your only unit on ring 2, that's very risky. The other problem is, usually when you have a unit like this, you put a large stone or something in it in order to make it work. But the problem is this unit desperately wants something like quick multi-strike or some kind of big survivability line, Light's Gift. It's very demanding. You have to give it some stats or in order to actually keep it alive, in order to hatch it. Obviously, if you hit Hardened Hull, you kind of address one of the big problems with this unit, which is its initial survivability, because when it pops out, 60 health is functional, and it also scales health with the Etch trigger. So yeah, we'll make a run with this and hopefully not lose in the final hour. And that's all I'm going to say on this guy. Okay, so briefly talking about which champion we're going to use. I think you can kind of work with either, but because of the fact that the Etch trigger exists on Bogdeep Cocoon, and because of the fact that Marshallord theoretically is an option, I'm going to say we go with our boy, the Echo Right. I think it's just a better lineup. Otherwise, you're basically looking for a high roll. You're looking for a start that's just incredible for Bogdeep Cocoon, and I don't think you're likely to find it. The conditions are tough enough. They're not impossible, but they're tough enough. And so that's all we'll do. We will use Echo Bright. This also works out because our last Wurmkin run was with Spine Chief, so that's fine. We are Wurmkin Exile, random, 25, no mutators. Let's hopefully not low roll. Yeah. All right. Hopefully you're doing well today. I'm doing okay. It is an okay day. I have tomorrow off work, which is exciting. That's always nice. Otherwise, just to update you, space is doing well, and magnets still work. Alright, that's enough about that. Let's talk about this run. We have Exile Wurmkin with a default Stygian. I actually don't love Stygian here, but it does make for an interesting sort of infuse/inspire line, so it's okay. We have, what is this? Dazed Talos, Curse Fell, and Chased Seraph. Chased Seraph's interesting. Okay. Shelter, Mollusk Mage, Forced Contamination. This is a good start in general. I like having Shelter in my starter because it means I could realistically take Repeater and not feel like I'm going to die. That's nice. Mollusk Mage I think is bad here. It's okay because we have a lot of spells. It'll do fine in the early game, but I'm going to want to remove him. There's almost no world he sticks around. Forced Contamination is nice for the eventual Bogdeep Cocoon, but at this point I don't know that I'm going to have it. As always, I'll replace the first banner unit I see with it, but I'm not going to make decisions early on as assuming that I will take it. Now, fortunately, in this case, I don't have a choice. I must take these things, so it's fine. Let's look at the Horde, see what we get. Okay, Hardened Hull is an exceptional roll. Now, I need you to understand, this is not a take assuming Bogdeep Cocoon. I would almost always snap pick Hardened Hull in this case, because it enables endless eggs very conveniently, and endless eggs are awesome. They're so good. I just love endless eggs. This is excellent because it's survivability for eggs, and it makes them very playable. It makes Bog Chrysalis Shell 2, which is essentially free, and the other alternative here is Cleansing Water, which is okay, but it's not great. So we take Hardened Hull. I think the game saw what I was trying to do here and blessed me. Okay, we get our pick of Repeater and Marshlord here. This is an interesting one because Marshlord eventually summons a Bogdeep Cocoon. It also hatches eggs quickly. But Repeater is really strong here because we have the shelters. I think Marshlord with the Hardened Hull is crazy strong, though. This guy walks out with 2 shell. It guarantees I see an egg, because from this perspective, I look ahead, and there is a Wurmkin banner. There are a couple Wurmkin banners. I'm still not guaranteed to see eggs, right? I'm not guaranteed to see them. It's going to be Marshlord here, absolutely. But I think there is a good argument for Repeater that you should understand. The real tipping point here for me is actually Hardened Hull. It guarantees I see turn 1 value out of that relic, which is excellent. That also means I feel really confident taking this Divine Horde and potentially the money on Ring 2. We're very strong. We're going to put out these dudes in turn 1, essentially. Yeah, on turn 1, we're going to have some friends. Cool. Yeah, I'll take this. The Trader's Quill with... Yeah, Trader's Quill with an etch line is extremely good. It's also better than Titan's Claws and Volatile Gauge. My deck is too cheap to reasonably take Volatile Gauge here. There's maybe a line where it makes sense, but I don't think so. It's going to be Trader's Quill. This is very powerful now. We get 30 damage out of our shelters, and I'm going to be taking a lot of etch triggers anyway. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. Mark of Invasion. I don't think I can ever lose because we have a dude coming out with 30 armor here, and I have 10 spells, and even Train Steward's help here. Yeah, okay, we just take the money, it's fine. They can never be upgraded either, so that's important. Okay, worth noting, we see the upgraded Priest, not the upgraded Crossbowman on this combat, which is good. Having a turn 1 Train Steward is also nice, because I can overstack the floor here. Cool. And then I can play the Shelter and immediately hatch my friend. And it also kills that guy. Cool. Great job, we did it. I take my pings into money. This also means we clear the floor thanks to bogflies existing. I'll take Train Steward. No, actually, I take Mollusk Mage. Yeah, I might draw into something that enables me to kill some dudes on this next floor. Cool. At this point, we have so much armor on the floor and so much life that I'm not really worried. Yeah, so value, right? Although value up top, actually, this represents a ton. Kills that fellow. 10, 10, 20. We're doing 5 into him then. I'm always leaking this 5, I'm pretty confident. What do I draw into? I should hit an Echo Break next turn. There's only one exact set of draws that doesn't do it. Yeah, so I'm not going to ping this Discipled Foot Soldier. I want to infuse this floor so I can get the shelter value here. Yeah. I could, you see, like, I could actually save 5 Pyre health and skip the shelter. Oh, never mind. Shelter, Trader's Quill. We're fine. We do this. Yeah, okay. In which case I actually... This is a fine lineup. Yeah, okay. That's acceptable. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, we hit the Echo Break, so we're cool. Save some Pyre health. Fine. There's only a Priest behind chains, so no big deal. Our thing is fully charged, so I'll just take double Train Steward now. Cool. Seems good. We will ping out the back fellow. Do some damage. Sure, why not? Get through some lifesteal. We should be absolutely fine here. Yeah, no problem. The early game power of Marshllord cannot be understated here. It's also one of the only ways I think you can realistically take a Bogdeep Cocoon, right? You can actually realistically hatch it, but also you kind of get carried by this Bog Chrysalis a little bit, so that's good. Alright, we get the money. What am I taking? I want Consume spells. For Trader's Quill and for Etch. Hosting Kin is good, but I have enough pings with the Echo Breaks. It's never Bogfly here. Echo Snare? That's good, right? That's an Etch and a 0 cost, and it's infused? Sure, why not? That's a good card. Infused Offering Token. At this point, this keeps my lines open. I can reasonably use this for incants. I could reasonably use this for inspires. I think that's good. The flexibility matters. Even though I'm always seeing a Wurmkin unit here because I'm going to the steel shop, I will take this. It's good. It is open, which I like. There's theoretically a world where I go right and see a Stygian unit, but I'll go left because I want to see another egg with the hardened hull. So Merchant of Steel, Large Stone, 25, and Battlestone. Okay. We see an egg. Okay. So, from this position, Bog Chrysalis wins the game. Period. I will click Bog Chrysalis here, but we don't get to keep Bog Chrysalis in this run. I pop open Stoker Deck Editor, which you see here. I will remove Bog Chrysalis, and I will be adding in the Bogdeep Cocoon. Yes. So I actually think Bog Chrysalis is substantially stronger here by a lot. But I think this is a functional Bogdeep Cocoon. The hardened hull is really important. I don't have to give it survivability. So what that means is that, one, I probably am not going to play Endless Egg with this. At this point, I'm immediately thinking, okay, I want multi-strike and quick. So a reroll here is very powerful. We do see Endless. Oh man, if I had just... Oh, Bogdeep Cocoon, why did you have to be my run? This was the beautiful, most beautiful of Bog Chrysalis Endless runs. I could still give it Endless. Wow, it's really good Titan Sentry lineup. It's a shame. I could realistically Endless this. The real question is, what am I going to do with it? Shell 9 is still very hard to pull off. It's a really bad endless line. It basically is only functional on Echo Right's floor. And this clan combo has no ascends. I could, I guess, hit Old Magic and just high roll, but I think the idea of high rolling here is a ridiculous thing. It's also 2 Ember. It's a really bad endless. So I just chill on this now and look for the next Matte Steel Shop, which is ring 4. Yeah, okay. I am in the market for an infusion here. Wurmkin banner could be okay. What would I put in it though? Not much. There's really not a lot. I mean, Siren of the Sea would be good. Never Nameless Siren. Siren of the Sea, Eel Gorgon. Those would be fine. Something offensive would be nice. It's really just Siren of the Sea, huh? Because there's no Steel Shop right away, I'm going to skip the money in the middle. I just don't need it. And because I picked Marsh Lord, I don't value upgrades in Shelter nearly as much here. They're obviously nice, but I don't think they're critical. So I'll skip here, and I don't need an upgrade to win. Okay, fine. Thank you, Marsh Lord, for existing. Cool, we'll go on with the battle. Alright. A little disappointing. Little disappointing. It is Conduits, gross. That's a tough combat for us here. I do have pings. Maybe I can stop the flow. It is only, what, I think 8 units to kill, though. The big concern, though, is that High Priest comes with a Conduit behind. So that is risky. I think taking the spikes is unnecessary. Oh, it's tough. If I hatch, it's fine. If we hatch this guy, we win. How many consume spells do I have? 1, 2, 3. So that's shell 6. I have to play 6 infusions on the floor. It's never a risk of dying because of the hatch. I mean, the hardened hull. I think this is fine, actually. With good draws on my pings, I could reasonably send the conduits, and shelters and consume spells will also kill enemies. Okay. Okay, fine. It's a decent turn 1. We have to play the Bogdeep Cocoon first, and then our friend, and I ping out the conduit. Yes. I need to be infusing. I need to get 6. 6. Alright, good. Another ping. I'll take the Frozen Lance. Technically more, because of the Bog Chrysalis on this floor, huh? Yeah, fine. Okay, we send Frozen Lance, Echo Break, Shelter here. Good. That's 1 down. Show me an Echo Break. Oh, wow. What a good roll. That's excellent news. I get double infusions here, which is good. Thank you, Trader's Quill, for existing. That's pretty good. 4 shell. I might actually get the Bogdeep Cocoon out in this run, in this combat. Offering token is good. I can play it wherever. And it's free. We open it. Alright, I mean, we can't lose from this position. If you ever hatch this dude before ring 3, you win. It's incredible. It has too many stats. It's way too strong if you can actually hatch it. That's great news. Okay, I'm looking for... Oh, wow. Bounding Echoes is very good. Yeah, Bounding Echoes is one of those cards I think answers the problem of how do I hatch this man fast enough. So we'll take it. I am giving up Proclamation Infused for this. That is a big give up, but I don't need this. I just need consume cards. And now we kind of play the game of how the heck do I hatch this thing with etches from Marsh Lord and still save hatches and etches for later on. Kind of a weird problem to have. I could take this Crypt Builder. I have the offering token to go with it. I'm much less enthused about an offering token or an energy siphon with no infusing on it. Yeah, the infusing is a problem. I need to hyper focus. I don't think I need Crypt Builder. Lock it in. As long as I hit the Bogdeep Cocoon, we're okay, so I skip this. It's fine. Bogdeep Cocoon just carries pretty hard. Is there a dupe that helps me along here? Just take a shelter. You never self-infuse the Bogdeep Cocoon. It already has trample and the stats aren't good enough. I'll go to the right. I've taken no damage here. I can look at this magic shop. It's fine. Because remember, any plus 20 and consumes also trigger the etch. So, it's pretty good. What's in the Wurmkin banner? Glug Cider. That is not it, my friends. Inspire is basically Siren of the Sea, but probably better in this clan. I could take this. It's basically the same. It guarantees I don't have to look for a Siren of the Sea if I never see it. I'll take the Keeper of Echoes. I could also theoretically do the infusion now. Lug Cider, get out of here, but there's no way. If I had seen a Titan Sentry, I could put Glug Cider into Titan Sentry and it would be okay, but it's just this now. It's fine. 20 and Consume into Frozen Lance is the best. It's better in Frozen Lance than Echo Break here because I can play Frozen Lance if no enemies are on my floor, which matters. Matters a lot. It's a good hit. If they showed me a holdover, what would it be in? Answer nothing. I can -1 double stack Shelter. That's really good. And if I see an X5, we're very powerful. Spell Chain. Spell Chain's fun here, huh? This is an interesting one. I think it's not Spell Chain yet because I'm going to do the infusion now. And I will, with this being shown to me, I'll take a -1 and double stack on this Shelter. This is very powerful. Sure, I'm on board for that. Look at the temple. Take the infusion now. I no longer have to really worry about things. This also is important. I forgot to mention it when I was talking about our friend Bogdeep Cocoon, but because he's so large and Marsh Lord is 2 space, you pretty much have to draw them together or have something like Cheater's Hand to make this work. This is one of the few runs where I think taking a Titan Sentry or Glug Cider or something is a bait, because you put yourself in a position where you have to 50-50 or not be able to play your floor together. So, fortunately, you don't really need much with Bogdeep Cocoon. A single multi-strike, maybe quick, with the Hardened Hull answers all of our problems here. So, we're cool with that. Show me an X5, you cowards. Build a card? I mean, I was just talking about old magic. If you show me... buff is good. I was going to say, if you show me Ascend, I'm going to take it here. I'll take buff. Buff is good. Yes. Oh, they show me Ascend. I'll take Ascend. Money? I'll take money from this position. Card draw is also good, but it's so early that money is great. This old magic is good. Just think about it. I would play Razor Sharp Edge here. You know, and Razor Sharp Edge is just +10 attack, -2 health. So if you toss in an Ascend and a gain +20 gold on that, this is a good card. Okay. Wow. I could have done Endless Egg here. There's no way I would prospectively take that Endless, though. No world where I do that. But I could reasonably do this. If they show me another Endless, I will take it. Man, they really lined you up for it, didn't they? Huh. Just think about how strong this run would be if I had Bog Chrysalis, because I would have absolutely taken Endless there. We would have 5 million Bogflies. What a good run that would be. I'm not re-rolling this just for a -1. Although, suddenly Holdover looks very juicy. That is a pretty good Holdover. Okay. Alright, they don't show it to me. I was thinking to myself, well, if you give me a holdover, that's pretty incredible. I will just -1 here, and then I'll also take the 20 and consume, and that's fine. Again, into Frozen Lands, same reasons as before. Fine. Worthwhile. A good roll. If I had hit that, that would have been silly. Alright, let's go. That does mean I don't have as much money into the upcoming steel shop, sadly, but it's going to just be fine. Order matters, always. Mr. Bogdeep Cocoon in first, Echo right next, I self-ping. We're going to put it into the Cocoon. Fine. I would take some Ember, but I would also take card draw. Yeah, it's just Echo Break. I don't think it's Shelter yet, although it does hatch them immediately. Kind of interesting. I would rather play these later. I'll take the Echo Break then. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. She leaves the floor, just fine. Take the old magic here. Yep. The offering token sets this up pretty effectively. I'll take the hatch here for sure. Or at least the... not the hatch, the consume. The etch is the word I'm looking for. And I'm just going to send some of my units, and that's fine. Basically, I'm using the Bogflies as a means to keep my Bogdeep Cocoon in the race. For, let's see, 2 more? I could hatch on this turn, huh? If I hatch on this turn, I don't care about this conduit. So, I don't hatch on this turn. Math is hard, so I do care about the conduit. Sure, okay. Fine. Math is hard. 4 minus 3 is not a big enough number. Okay, we get there here. Great job, we are hatching. I'll save Bounding Echoes here. Actually, it drops. It pops them out, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll do that, actually. That puts 127 into Talos. Fun. Fun. That's good. Especially matters for this next turn. I don't want to take this 5. I'm going to ping out this thing. Good. Yeah, actually, I could have realistically tried to pump in the Force Contamination into Talos here, but I think the right line is just ping something and then take the Shelter, and we guarantee to win this run now. Yeah. Cool. We are guaranteed victory, for sure. I will take a self-ping here for a bigger Shelter. Yeah, this is fine. Big value. Super winning. They're cool. Okay, we made it. I even see old magic for more money, which is good. Turns out I like money. Okay, once I refine this deck and I have a more cohesive infusion line, I think we should be strong. Accelerated incubation is game winning. Oh, wow. It's also infused. Yeah, get in my deck. An infused Keeper of Echoes? We see a Kinhost Vessel. That's fun. But I don't care. At this point, I only want the 1 unit, and I just want to hunt for solutions that resolve around it. And yeah, we're actually fine. I didn't see the Siren, so I feel good about that Keeper infusion. Skip. We saw all 3 eggs in this run. That's great. Draw is really strong here. I want to see that accelerated incubation ASAP. If I see Spell Chain on this, it auto hatches. What a really good egg seed. Wow. Just has everything. Hardened Hull in the first pack. Both Bog Chrysalis and Kinhost Vessel accessible to you. Trader's Quill on an Etch run with Marsh Lord. A really good start. A very good old magic. Truly, this is the run that I was talking about. Just find the answers. This is actually a really good demo of Bogdeep Cocoon. I'm very excited for that. I'll take draw here. Yes. Yeah, lock it in. Cool. Ember will eventually be good. Oh, what is this? Malika? I don't like this. I don't like this because this is a really good one, but it means I can't play Bogdeep Cocoon? Well, okay, I'm talking specifically about the Broken Wheel. I would love Broken Wheel. It purges 6 units. Can I win this run without Bogdeep Cocoon on the floors? No, I don't think so. Oh, but it's endless. Can I win this next combat? This is risky. This is unnecessarily risky. Oh, that's tough. This is tough. It's never judgmental fittings. I don't think that's good. I don't want to deal with the damage shield right now, and while the piercing is nice, the damage shield creates problems for my trample, which is really bad. I don't have a shark or anything. I don't have jack strips or anything. It's tough. That is a tough set of damage shields. It is nice being able to ping out a conduit redirector directly, though. Corrupted Cloud is fine. I don't think we're ever at risk of death here. What is Marshallord's HP? Let's see. Marshallord 2 is 20 HP. At 20 HP, he dies in 5 turns. We do have the armor at least, which is nice. Can I ever win this combat, this upcoming combat, without Bogdeep Cocoon? I don't think I can. This is a very silly. It's like a non-question. Why am I even considering this? Because if I didn't see this event is free. If I didn't see this event, I would just go right here. I'd remove some train stewards and we'd be fine. Whereas seeing this event, if I could somehow remove 6 cards here, is an unbelievable high roll. But trying to play this run, it predicates itself on seeing Endless from this steel shop in order to actually play it. And there's no other unit in my deck. If I had like a Shard Soul Carver or something, I'd be willing to kind of just throw away. I think we could get there. But I have to get through ring 4 and 5. I can't do this. No. I can't take the wheel. The only one I could maybe take is the Cloud. I have armor on my eggs. I don't really care about Marshallord afterwards. I think I can realistically take this Cloud. It helps offset Divinity damage, which is cool. It's just fine. I can take the Cloud, yes. I would like the damage shield. Can I reasonably get that? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. The damage shield is really annoying, but I do have good pings. The problem is I don't answer Sycophants of Seraph very well, or I don't answer a lot of these very well. It's also very problematic into our friends, the Pyrolite Master in Ring 4. I think it's just the Cloud here, and we're cool with that. I wish I could get the trinket, the large egg here. I think the egg is throwing, though, actually. I think it's actually just really bad, so I will not take it. Okay, and watch them show me an Endless here. If they show me Endless here, I'll just feel bad about it, I suppose. But I can't 1 in 4 my run. I don't think that's worth it. I already am in a very dominant position. So, take removals into Train Stewards here. Yeah. Pretend you didn't see it. And it's just fine. Pretend you didn't see it. Quick, it's one part of it. I'll take quick. Great news. Now I can't re-roll that, and that's just fine. Seeing one of them is good. Spell Chain Intrinsic Accelerated Incubation. You ever like hatching your friend on turn 1? Because I like hatching my friend on turn 1. Yeah, okay. Intrinsic. And then Spell Chain, and this actually just hatches our dude immediately. It hatches everything immediately. That's funny. I don't actually need Martial Lord anymore. The only reason I'm going to take Martial Lord is because I realistically can do the Bog Wurmling sandwich. You have Martial Lord's egg, and then you also have our egg. And with those being the only units in the deck, I think you can realistically do this. Yeah, sure. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, so now, do I actually need the Spell Chain, or is it just fast enough on its own? Because Echo Right with Etch 3 on Martial Lord will be 3. Accelerated Incubation is 3. The Infusion is 4. So I put out 7. It's going to be 3 to each egg, and then 1 to the front. I think I do want this Spell Chained. And then it guarantees... This is just a guaranteed I auto hatch, my friend. Because that is 12 shell on turn 1. The nice thing about this is that it means every other consume spell I take in this run automatically now triggers the etch on the eggs. This is very, very powerful. This is so powerful that I just don't care about 65 pack shards here. Cool. I'm actually really glad I didn't try to do some weird stuff with the wheel here, because if I had the wheel, there's no world I would ever have clicked 65 shards on ring 4. This is death. This is an unbelievable disrespect. But with only the cloud, we're fine. I don't need anything here, right? Right, I'm looking for a multi-strike and then we just auto-win from here. Cool, I like that idea. So we tunnel vision steel shops, the best of our ability. We have 1 on ring 5, maybe I see it there. 1 on ring 7, and then I can go 1 on ring 8 with a dupe. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, let's go. The quick is an important part. Now I don't feel like I need much here. Yeah, cool. What a good run. Yeah, oh boy, 65 shard Pyrelight Master with conduits. Spell Shield, however, is fine because I just auto hatch my eggs. So I don't care, I'll take the money. Sure. Cool. Very powerful. Check this. All right. Bogdeep Cocoon in action. Echo Right in action. And then Accelerated Incubation hatches 1 immediately. Accelerated Incubation hatches the other. Hey, look, we did it. It's actually crazy how much power this is. I'll take infusions where I can get them. They're very powerful. I would like to get double shelters on this turn. Spell Shield, right? Yeah, Spell Shield. So it doesn't really matter. I'll take the Etch, though. Yeah, that's good. I want to play these as soon as I get them for the extra pluses, the HP and the attack stat. Let's see, 104. If I get him, if I play this shelter, we actually take no damage here. Great news. I can now play the other one. Cool. Seems good to me. Cool. I'm pretty confident this is a winning line. Echo, echo, echo. Yeah, that looks strong. Seems good, right? Seems very good. I could have technically ascended Mollusk Mage onto the floor, but he just kind of dies anyway, so whatever. Cool. Are we already at the point where we win from here? Just send our units. Actually, I don't want them to exist right now. Sure. Cool. A big chomp. Another old magic. Don't mind if I do take more money. I can never stop this, but the conduit's actually really good here, so it's fine. We'll just take incants, or inspires rather, and then drop out the train steward so I don't see it again. Cool. Seems good. We lose our front 2 fellows, but it's fine because our lad in the back cleans house here. He lived at 1 HP. Did you see that? That's crazy. Alright, we get money. We're cruising here. Very good. And I'm happy to just take random consume spells at this point. But is it Soul Cripple? I don't think so. The problem is you're incentivized to play Soul Cripple off floor, and I don't want that. I could take Forgotten Trade. It's just a consume spell that is fine. And at this point I no longer care because we're guaranteed to hatch our friend. I could just dupe this accelerated incubation and then we super hatch on turn 1. I'm going to take Forgotten Trade. It's fine. It's also part of an eventual infinite. Unnamed Tome. Consume spell. Yeah, okay. I'm happy to just take these. Divine Artifact. I don't know if I care. Do I care? Huh. I might just take 25 gold here. Yeah, I might just take 25 gold. I'm fine with my current loadout. Sure. It's fine. I don't think this adds enough value for me to actually care. It's really bizarre, by the way. There's no sound in that event. We go to the steel shop. I'll look. Money. Quick again. 25 is not useful anywhere. Yeah, we roll it. Multi-strike. Alright, we win the game, by the way. This means we scale to a point where we win. This is kind of the dream. Being able to play Bogdeep Cocoon with quick and multi-strike and to not be worried about the egg dying, that is kind of the beauty of this. Truly, you know, the hull is nice for the shell update, but it's the 30 armor that really matters here. So this is testament to if you gave Bogdeep Cocoon 25 health baseline, it would be actually good in a majority of runs. I now get the event. Maybe they show me overflow and this looks really silly. Give me... Oh... I was going to say, if they give me Sunderstone here with the melee weakness, could you imagine he applies his own melee weakness and then tramples it? Unbelievable. I will 100% take Nexus Spike here. Nexus Spike is very good. I can do Accelerated Incubation and Shelter. I could also do Double Shelter, which is pretty awesome. I think it's actually Double Shelter. I realistically could just dupe Accelerated Incubation. The thing about it is putting Accelerated Incubation in this Nexus Spike is not great because it's not going to be 1 infused or 2 intrinsic or 3, I guess, spell chained. Whereas just playing 2 shelters is fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take Shelter and Shelter. That's cool. And it is itself an etch, which is just cool. I'll take it. Yeah, give me the Horde. Wow, Founding Seal on this run too. I have no incants, so it's kind of bad actually. I'll actually take Notice Stone. Look at this, Notice Stone against Forgotten Name. Notice Stone is just better than Forgotten Name. It makes my pings stronger. I might as well. Wow, what a run. Founding Seal, huh? Did I even see an incant unit on this run? There might have been one in the Stygian banner that I skipped. I actually skipped 2 Stygian banners because I had my line already. It probably existed. That's crazy. Notice Stone, get in here. 80 shards on ring 2, or ring 4 rather. It's pretty disrespectful. It's actually very disrespectful. I'm going to remove 2 Train Stewards. This is also very disrespectful of Crystal Cloak, who will have 10 stealth. But whatever. We have a lot of life on the floor, and we have quick multi-strike. I just need 1 round, basically. Sure. Well, it's never Crystal Cloak. Just don't worry about it. I don't care about armor. The Sycophants of Seraph. That is a lot of armor to a floor. But we have multi-strike on our Bog Chrysalis. Our Bogdeep Cocoon, rather. We're fine. This thing is very powerful when you get to this position, where you're consistently hatching your friend. He's good. He's very good. I love how this auto hatches. The Kin Host Vessel. That's so good. That's just great news. And auto hatches our friend there too. Alright, well we win that now. Seems pretty decent. Ooh, what a good turn. Hold up, hold up. I get the Nexus Spike. Yeah, hold up. This is going to be fun. I do Frozen Lance. Frozen Lance. Yep. Actually, I ping my egg first. Sure. This is fine. Then I Frozen Lance. Takes a little less. And then I Forgotten Trade for the Ember. And then I Nexus Spike for 20 armor. Sweet. Cool. Yeah, none of this matters. I just etch at this point. It's fine. And then I Inspire. Sure, and then I kill this guy. It doesn't matter. That melee weakness is going to matter a lot in later combats, but for now, it just doesn't. I'm doing plus 8 damage. Thanks, Notice Stone. This is a weird one. These 3 sycophants are as tall as this clipped guardian. What a weird run. Cool, we're fine. We have so much armor, we have so much damage. Old magic is good, as it turns out. Fine. That looks really funny. Here, you want to see something funny? 1, 2, 3, Force Contamination. That actually took both attacks on that one, huh? True. I actually removed the Echo Breaks now, huh? They do too much damage to my own units to realistically play them. Yeah, true. Fine. Shelter again. Cool. Fun. We do Frozen Lance, Echo Break, which comes pretty close here. And then I Force Contamination again. And then I Echo Break. This man dies in 1 hit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's good news. That's like a 1400 damage trample. Seems pretty strong. Soul Crushing Guilt. I mean, the run is now free, truly. The Divinity can no longer attack me. Return Soul is very strong, by the way. Just convert all my cards into etches. Really good. But Soul Crushing Guilt with the infusion is the only question I had yet to answer. Survivability on Divinity. Yeah, because the quick multi-strike trample. Wow, what a blessed run. Urchin Spines? I could just take it. I don't really need anything. The funny thing is, I don't really need to draw any of my cards. I just show me eventually some etch cards and we're fine. Sure. It's free. It says etch. Why not? I'll take it. There is an upper limit to this, by the way. Give me Vial of Tears. Thank you. Alright. See you later, Malika. Good run. I'm going to go for removals now. Magic Shop. Seems good. I think the Merchant of Trinkets is really powerful, though. Bog Slime would be fun. Yeah, Bog Slime would be really fun. There's enough high rolls over here. What you got for me? Encased Divinity? That's a good one. I think I'm actually going to take Sigiled Seaweed instead. This helps with a lot of things on a lot of combats. Encased Divinity doesn't trigger Inspire. Is the main reason I don't think this is something I care about. I'm hatching fine. I don't need the extract value. So we just take Seaweed. That's a good one. I'll take that. That's a great hit. Jackstrip's Firewall. Tethys Scales. We reroll it. Echo Seedling now gives... Oh my gosh. Alright. What a run. What a run. You want to go to another Intrinsic Spell Chain? Wow. Can I... Hold up. You want to go to... What is it? You want to go to 7 150 shards on this run. We're currently at that point thanks to our friend Accelerated Incubation. I need Ember now, right? Wow. I can't actually play the Purge copies. That's funny. I could just dupe this egg and have 2 of them on the floor and not care one bit. This run is now off the rails. Want to have 3 of the eggs? 3 eggs? I don't see a magic shop. I could just ascend them into... I could theoretically just ascend them into... Yeah, I mean, I could do that. That's fine. That's crazy. It's never these other ones. I need to think briefly. I could do some real silly things here, but I need to make sure I don't throw the run. What does this spell chain do for me here? That's my next question. Spell chain on old magic. It's kind of not bad. I'm thinking also about the intrinsic soul-crushing guilt. It's potentially super doable here. Where are my magic shops, now that I'm looking at it? The ring 8. It's only ring 8 from here because I skipped one on this ring. Okay. So, a holdover is very powerful. A freeze is also very powerful. I think duping the egg once is actually super cool. I dupe it on ring 7 here, and then I go right. And if I see either frozen or holdover, it's just good into old magic, and it lets me guarantee the ascend whenever I draw that friend. And I take Ember, because who needs space when you've got this setup? Yes, that I think is doable. Now the only other question then is, do I intrinsic the soul crushing guild? No, right? Because it makes this magic shop incredible if I leave this spot open. I could take, what, double stack in the soul crushing guild, hold over in a soul crushing guild, hold over in old magic, frozen into old magic, and then remove consume is the only one I don't take. Well, in that case, I'm never holding over soul crushing guild here, so I think intrinsic on this is fine. The main thing I'm considering is that with the echo seedling, I'm guaranteed 3 echoes on top floor on turn 1. And the soul crushing guild is also infused, so this is free. It's actually just immediately playable, which is huge value. Yeah, I mean, this is my turn 1 of Destiny here. Okay. Okay, so I dupe the egg and go to 115. I can completely disrespect Chaste. I demolish Chaste here. Yeah, I do. 115 here. 125. I can take 25 from the temple and be cool. 150 is 150. I don't have to take any other stuff. Correct. Let me think for a moment. Is there a spell chain that I really love here? Not really. No, not really. Okay, it's fine. Alright, we'll move on. I can get there. 115, 125. Take everything from the temple. 150. This is a 150 shard Wurm run. Sweet. Alright, cool. Let's go. There's no reason to go past 150 pretty much ever, unless you get immense value out of your shards. At that point, you're kind of just begging Seraph to body you, but I do just take this ultimate pendants, though, which is kind of funny. Think for a minute. I always hatch on turn 1. It just super does not matter. So we take the 5 and we're just going to live with it. Because Echo Seedlings is going to be stupid. Watch. Make some copies of that. Seems good. Oh boy. Hey look. We're clearing it. We're doing 280 on turn 1 here. It's a shame I can't get this pendant out. I'd take 5 for it, but really there's nothing to do. I don't even need these extra incubations now. They're just infusions. So I'll actually just play the Frozen Lance. Fine. I don't need this here. I take 5. It's fine. And at this point, I can now just play anything they show me. Sure. Just take infusions when I can see them. Yeah, fine. I eat. Fortunately, not too much. Seems fine. Just send everything I can. I don't care. Take the infusion from this. I can't store that many anyway. It's fine. Cool. Yeah, cool, cool. What a good run. Wow. We do a lot of damage. We're at 350-ish here, and our poor Kinhost friend is not even attacking. We get to do the fun thing with Forgotten Trade again, which is great news. Yeah, that's 28 armor. Seems good. Cool. We see another curse here, sadly. Fine. It's okay. Take money. Oh, yeah. I ascended him. I a little disrespected that, but truly, I just don't care, actually. Well, fair enough. Mollusk Mage, you're my front line. Okay. It was all part of my plan. Didn't you know? My goal was to put another 300 damage into Fel. You knew that, right? Look, we had to give our Kinhost Pupa something to do here. Truly. He kills them with Reap. We're doing great. Okay, I mean, I'm not playing bottom on any other combats, but that is kind of funny to me. That is very funny. He still kills a dude. This guy, he slaps. Don't underestimate Kinhost Pupa. He's a good bro. Sure. Whatever. That's really funny to me. Alright, alright. And we airlift him to the top. Alright, cool. We're on top now, kids. Get him, Ballast Mage. Well, I was gonna play it anyway. There's no way around it. It's just how it is. I will melee weakness here, and we're fine. Seems good. Cool. Seems good. You don't swing, do you? You take... Oh yeah, you just die. Cool. Chomp. It was all part of my plan. I don't know what you're talking about. Wurmkin's Spike is a really good spell. I don't need more cards though, but I don't mind. Once I run out of etches, we're actually not feeling great, so I'll take more consume spells. All of the cards I really care about are intrinsic, and this is just excellent. I'll take Wurmkin Spike here, yeah. I will take Ember. Yeah, I think I will take Ember. It actually lets me play some of these accelerated incubations. Sure. Cool. I go left here. Yep. Look at the caverns first. Maybe there's an overflow. Bone Dog. I'm actually just going to purge a card here. It's a great purge. I can just drop an Echo Break, which is the most inconvenient of my spells. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's just Mollusk Mage. He's actually the worst unit. He's not infused, and he's a unit. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, friend. Thanks, Bone Dog. Appreciate the removal. Money. We take Marsh Lord 3, although, ooh, that repeater is tempting. Pull back an etch every turn. It is just going to be random crap, though, isn't it? And having another Bogwormling sounds pretty strong, doesn't it? Yeah, this is a Marsh Lord 3 run. We just get the bog wormling sandwich. I dupe the egg here. And I ascend him into the world. Sounds good. Cool. Aggressive amulet is fine. Ah, man. Purifiers. Ugh. What I do here is going to depend slightly on whether or not the first dude is silenced by sigiled seaweed or not. I think I can take this money, no problem. I do have to set up top floor. I think bottom floor is a bit of a bait. Did he get silenced? No. Can I do bottom floor here? I mean, yes. I can. I have 4 Ember. And I'm going to hatch this dude on turn 1. So I don't get the Ember Drain. Yeah, okay, I can do this. Alright, big lad. I'm going to draw first. Nexus Spike is not played here. Although I just discard Soul Crushing Guilt because I don't want it. Look at our floor. And then look what our floor becomes. That's pretty good, huh? That seems pretty strong. And I just take etches out of these, and that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sweet. Okay. Bounding Echoes appear. So I can self-mutilation, and then I can play our friend. He's actually just going to die on this combat. So I shelter up top instead. Well, let's do the thing. No, I don't play him. I don't think I can. Take an infusion, sure. Yeah, I don't think I can play him here. We're gonna get slowed down a bunch here, and it's just fine. I want to silence bottom. I don't want to deal with that. It's fine. I'll give up an etch for that, I think. Sure. Those are good etches. Cool. Infusion is good. That's a 14 damage Frozen Lance. Cool. That's what, 8 by 2? That's not enough to kill that backline. We'll just stay the course here, I think is fine. Take 26, huh? Where's that coming from? 20 and then... Huh. I'm not going to take that anymore. Thank you, melee weakness. Chomp. Cool. Order matters, technically. Kind of. This will look a little... Wow. 30 damage because of the spell weakness here. Thanks to Urchin Spines. Good job, buddy. Shelter for 20. It's good. I like that. Thank you, Sigiled Seaweed. You did your best. Yeah, we're super cool here. Get a Mollusk Mage. Chomp chomp. Okay, we're fine. I will play out the Bogdeep Cocoon. Maybe I can raise him up. I will play the Nexus Spike here. That's just fine. Chomp chomp. Show me an Ascend. You fool. Show me an Ascend. You fool. That's okay. Wish I could hide this prompt. It's never accelerated incubation here. I think it's... Yeah, I'm actually going to... 1, 2, 3... Force Contamination. He one-shots my egg, which is... Oh no, it gets wasted because of Quick. Well, it didn't matter. Whatever. Thanks for your quick 15 damage. 1 turn off old magic. You almost had it. We have a... This is a 210, 240 frontliner. We're cool. We are cruising here. We're very powerful on this run. which is great. I'm glad to get a chance to show you how good this dude is. Broken Memories is incredible. It's 2 etches for the price of 1. Get in my deck. An infused unnamed tome is also great. Again, we're at a point where I just don't care about card density. Everything I want to play is on turn 1. So, unnamed tome. Yeah, sure, I'll take another one. I'm actually super cool with making my deck really big. I don't want a 3rd one. I need to find Frozen or Holdover or something. Sure, yeah, cool, we'll go right. What you got for me? Double stack? That's pretty good. Although I don't want it to cost 1. Double stack Forced Contamination will probably just kill the Divinity randomly. It's pretty good, as it turns out. I have a lot of money, huh? Show me Golden Vault? No? Faulty loader. I need to click this because this makes me laugh. 3. A melee weakness 1 is silly. Yeah, alright, reroll this. No more curses at this point, don't really care. Improved Firebox is fun, actually. Fine, I don't really care that much. Spell Chain and another Intrinsic, huh? Fun. I'm going to take the double stack into the melee weakness here, and we're going to have a great time of it. I'm going to put the -1 into Nexus Spike. No, it's just going to go into the melee weakness, actually. 20 in Consume into a Frozen Lance, convert it into a better card, reroll. They showed me the worst ones here. Remove Consume, huh? It's not terrible. I can remove Consume Broken Memories and just keep bringing back stuff, I suppose. What else would I remove Consume? Not much. This is a good one. I'll take this. I can then use it to replay etches. It's worth 1 etch, but that is just armor or a silence or something. I think a -1 somewhere, probably. Meh, sure. I think this is fine. I could reasonably remove cards. Maybe I should. I don't mind the infusion density. Half my cards are just consumes anyway. So these removals are a little whatever. I could kick an Echo Break, at least. It's never any of these relics, I don't think. Let's go to the Vortex. I'm going to kick Mollusk Mage number 2. Sorry, bud. And it's going to be probably Echo Break. It's the least convenient of my infused cards. Everything else is either insanely strong or consumes. Sure. Good removals. Let's get up to the number we want here. Why did I do my math wrong? Oh, I was assuming I was going to the dupe. I never get to 150, do I? That's unfortunate. I don't really care because I'm over 100. I was assuming I would go to the dupe. Yeah, in my mental model, that's what was happening. I still don't really care that much. I can do a lot of fun things here. I don't want to intrinsic old magic. I would rather not draw it. I can technically spell chain old magic and leave copies in. It's not bad. That's not bad, right? Sure, I think this is fine. And then Merchant of Magic. I wanted to remove Consume Broken Memories. -1 into Broken Memories, most likely. Either that or Nexus Spike. 1 cost it. If I want to pull anything back, though, it's just going to be the double stack filter, which is the same as this Nexus Spike, so I'll just make Broken Memories free. And then I buy a bunch of removals. Yeah, sure, we remove stuff at this point, and it's fine. Echo Break, get out of here. Echo Break, get out of here. Could take one more. Yeah, sure. Echo Break, get out of here, I guess. I want to leave at least a couple pings in. They're useful. So I'll ditch a frozen lance now. Sure. We get down to 27, which is pretty good. I guess I could realistically take... It's plus 10 somewhere. Sure, why not? Cool. Yeah, I don't need this intrinsic into anything, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Play these spells when I see them. Cool, 130 out of 100 is just fine. I was mentally thinking through like, oh yes, I'll take 25 and take another dupe, but it did not matter. I ended up going to the right because this side was so much more higher value. So we super win. It's cool. I don't need to see blank pages on this run. It's weird because 150 is a fun number, but at the same time, if you're strong enough to just casually go to 150, you don't really care about the fact that you're getting blank pages, right? Nothing's gonna leak. I'm way too strong on this run to even have any risk here whatsoever. We have absolutely no risks here. Order matters, though. Bogdeep, Echo Right, Incubation, play Bogdeep Cocoon, middle. I play Incubation top. I play Incubation middle. I hold all these, actually. Yeah, I hold all these. You may ask why. It's because I don't want to give him one attack. I don't want him to burn this melee weakness off, or the daze off. I mean, he won't burn the daze, but you know what I mean. The melee weakness goes away. I want to lift him out and have big floor. Oh. Right. Melee weakness gets cleared anyway. Cool. Well, let's just send cards. It's fine. Cool, these are really good etches, as it turns out. I know our friend is losing some value, but I don't really mind that much. I can just bring him back with broken memories, which is cool. Fun. We even silenced the Pyro Wings, so whatever, I'm just going to send this unnamed tome now. I am going to play Wurmkin Spike into Seraph. Seems good. Yeah, sadly it doesn't actually do much, but it's cool because he absorbs the shell. But it's fine. I will pull back... What? Wurmkin Spike, probably. It's just fun. It's unnecessary, but it's fun. I'll take an accelerated incubation, sure dog. Why not? Let's go. Get him, egg. Show me the lift, please. Our boy, no justice for our friend. He just super dies. I could hatch him. You think I won't? No, he never eats it. Ah, oh, God, I tried so hard. It's fine. I tried so hard. It's fine. Goodbye, my friend. You weren't necessary. Maybe I'll get you on the Divinity. They didn't show me the freezing. Meanwhile, bottom deck old magic. Oh, you know, such is life. I could have given it intrinsic. I could have done all sorts of things. But no. I chose not to. Doesn't matter where I put this. We're doing like 10 million damage on this turn, as it turns out. Seems good. Fun. Big chomp. There you are, old magic. You know, technically you tried in the most direct form of the word. Thanks, old magic. Very cool. Consume, consume. Big chomps. Cool. So, you know, Bogworm looks pretty good when that happens. This is the second time I have redrawn every version of my accelerated incubation on the same turn. The likelihood of that is pretty low. I'm just going to use them for Inspire triggers now. May as well. May as well. He'll purge them. It doesn't matter, but I wasn't going to keep the echoes anyway, so... Huh. I will charge this floor? Yes, I will. Let's get double stack shelter back, sure. Because I get this melee weakness permanently now. Cool. Meanwhile, we have plus 27 damage, or plus 17 from Notice Stone. Turns out, that's pretty strong. That's pretty good. You are very dead, Seraph. In case there was any doubt. I want to increase my score. Because reasons. Yeah, that seems good. We're doing... That's a lot of trample damage, huh? 600? 840? It's pretty good. As it turns out, that is pretty decent. I'm doing this because this is going to be very funny. Do we one-shot him? We totally do. Give it to me again? Oh no. I want score. Hold up. This is unfair. Make this number big. It doesn't matter what I pull back. I never draw it. Okay, okay. I even... Sure. Okay, okay. Let's... I want to look at this. Pretty good, huh? 4,160 cleave. Seems strong. I'm pretty sure we're winning this run. But this is the high roll that comes with Bog Wurmling, right? Like, there's a lot of runs where you take this guy and you go, oh no, he kills me. And that's unfortunate. I have to play top, by the way. But it's cool. Because I planned for this. By the power of... Soul-crushing guilt. Right, play the purge copy first, the hatchet. We soul-crushing guilt now. And then I take urchin spines for some etch triggers. I'll take this frozen lance. Sure, why not? I could save these. But also, why? What I should do is I should play the consumes for the etch triggers and leave the purge copies in. We do a casual 500 there, no big deal. One day. I'm a firm believer. Big man, you can get there. Don't die on me, okay? I might give him armor. Okay, we do this on bounding. Echoes up here. Okay, bud. Look, I know I really want to stack armor and skills up here, but I really want to save this man. It's only 2 armor. I'm not saving him. Come on, old magic? Please. Please, old magic. I need to believe in something. I need to believe in something, old magic. You can do it. Right here. Draw it. Right now. Well, we tried, boys. We tried. I tried to give you the 3rd Wurm on the run, but we couldn't get there. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, well, good chat. I recognize I could save. I'm going to save one of these unnamed tomes, by the way. It's probably correct. Clear out the damage shield. Sure. Goodbye, my friend. You tried. What do I take back here? Does it matter? Not really. Shelter then is fine. Just take that. It's good. Hold on to this one. We at least cleared the floor, so that's cool. You're gonna draw it now, aren't you? No? You're still gonna bottom deck this too? It's just taunting me at this point. It doesn't matter. We absolutely win. I'm taking 12? Oh yeah, because the Divinity actually attacks. I forgot about that part of his function. Yeah, this is why I saved the tomb, or the tome. I don't want to deal with chains nonsense. We just kill a man outright with Trader's Quill triggers. That seems good. Show me melee weakness now. I'm at the point where our friend has ruined my soul. I no longer care. Do I just win? Can I just win on this turn? I have a lot of good stuff on this turn, don't I? Sure. Take this, yeah. I'm always spending 3 here, but it's probably going to go into whatever the front thing is. I'll take the etch first. I know it's kind of a trade down, but I think the armor and the 10 damage matters a little. Yeah, I'll do Nexus Spike, Shelter, Broken Memories on the Shelter, melee weakness on this lad. That is a very large number. Fun. Can I just draw me that again and we win? We don't draw it, but you know, it's fine. Seems good. I'm pretty sure we win next turn if I draw my card I want. Yeah, we get there. Boop. I'll take my score. Thank you, Old Magic. None of this really matters at this point. I'm kind of just slinging stuff. Alright. Take me out of here. You ruined my dreams. I wanted to play the other one. Get out of here, Divinity. I hate you. You ruined everything. Alright. That's unfortunate. I'm pretty sad that it rolled that way, but it's okay. We had such a blessed run. I don't mind that much. How can I complain? Truly, how do you lose this? You didn't even need the Bogfly Cocoon. Any of the eggs win this very easily. Alright, let's go to the run summary. It's a pretty decent length. There was enough to explain. I don't think there was anything particularly crazy here that required overthought, but, you know, it's fair. We'll go to the run summary. Okay, so does this really demonstrate Bogwurm? Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a really, really, really good role for it. And that's okay with me. I don't mind. You know, the hardened hull on turn 1, immediately out the gate, on ring 1 rather, is crazy. Very strong. Seeing it with Marshllord, really convincing. There was basically, I had every confidence that some kind of an egg run was going to matter here. And then, you know, obviously Bogdeep Cocoon is perfectly suited for this. And Accelerated Incubation, this is a weird card because I'm pretty sure this card is bad in general. This card is so binary. Do you have egg? If yes, Accelerated Incubation is viable. But the problem is that you're usually able to hatch a Bog Chrysalis no problem. So you're probably going to hatch it before you even draw Accelerated Incubation, unless it happens to be intrinsic. But if you have 2 units, you might not draw your egg. But you also don't want to put a frozen on this because it's not a very high impact frozen. It's a very expensive cost sink of gold for very little value. It's just so bizarre. I'm not sure. Also, Accelerated Incubation is the image that I use for my thumbnails here. So, you can see it there. But anyway, I think Accelerated Incubation is basically designed to make Bogdeep Cocoon functional, but the problem is they're both rares. On the other hand, I'm kind of glad Accelerated Incubation is a rare, means you're less likely to see it. If this were an uncommon, I would feel terrible. I'd be seeing it all the time and it would just never be pickable. So, I don't know. It's kind of a bizarre card. I don't love it, but I understand kind of why it exists. It's this synergy skill, basically. But we really hit the wild card here on Bogdeep Cocoon. The ability to give it quick and multi-strike without fear for the egg dying is pretty big. Now, at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. I think with the Echo Seedling Accelerate Incubation intrinsic, we hatched on turn 1 with or without Hardened Hull, so it didn't matter. But it carried the early game pretty hard, being able to just take 30 damage here. Certainly, I was even hatching him on ring 2, so I actually don't know how important the hull was. It was, of course, 3 removal of shell, which is fine. I think I would have still gotten through it even without that. Although the hull makes that endless Bogfly Chrysalis on ring 2 absolutely incredible. The rest of this was just clicking every single consume card they showed me. Notice Stone represented something like 20 spell power at the end, which means I played a lot of consume cards. I was just kind of throwing everything at it here. I took, where is it, Urchin Spines with basically no spells. I don't even know where this card is here. It's unupgraded. Yeah, I took this because it said consume. And I don't know, maybe I was going to draft a spell. It's kind of funny. I did eventually get some value from the consume frozen lands, but even that's not very good. I would never recommend this. I took 2 unnamed tomes. That's weird. Again, I just kind of sent them. They were very big value just because they were 10/10 on my Bogdeep Cocoons, or my Bog Wormlings rather. So this is one of those throw everything in the kitchen sink runs at the enemies, because it doesn't matter what I'm consuming. It matters that I am etching a lot. And everything that mattered, I draw on turn 1. And when you have that kind of a situation, that's great news. My redraws were really good, though, because my entire deck is basically consume cards. So if you imagine, I think I had 28 cards or something, and 20 of them were consumes. So when you consider that, I basically redrew my deck in 2 turns. Pretty fun. We had a very commanding position. I could have gone to 150 and duped the egg again, but I didn't even get a chance to line up the 1. It's fine. I tried. You can't say I don't try fun things. This run did not need the second cocoon. It did not need 130 shards. I think 115 would have been just fine. I did this because it almost happened, and it would have been great. But it was not meant to be. It's fine. Anyway, this is a great strategy run for how you approach Bogdeep Cocoon. If you can avoid dying with it early, and you can solve the problem of survivability plus the 2 upgrades it wants, you're usually cruising. And you can sometimes solve this problem by just giving it an infusion that gives it some life or something. It's one of the few units where I actually don't mind, like, Husk Hermit's essence of plus 30 life. Because if you see the quick multi-strike, the 30 life is all it really needs to become epic. You saw that here. So obviously Hardened Hull answers that, but still, you kind of want to look at it from that perspective. And then once you've got it hatched, you just want to throw everything at it. Get this thing etched up to an incredible level, and it kills everything. It truly kills everything. It's kind of a bit serendipitous to get that there, though. A little tricky. But honestly, once you kind of get the beginning game handled, you can usually configure this to work. I tend to like this unit a little more if I've got another unit that does something, and not with Martial Lord. I think Repeater Shellsmith is pretty comfortable here too, because you can bring back consume spells that, like, maybe you bring back an Accelerate Incubation because you don't hit the Echo Seedling or something like that. You've got a lot of options. This clan opens up a ton of lines for you to approach this. I think the difference between this unit being C tier and the unit being A tier is fix any one of its problems, whether that's the cost, so Ember size, or the base stats, so HP, or the shell, so how fast you hatch it. Fix any one of those 3 issues, and you're golden. Alternatively, you could give the egg the etch trigger as well, so it actually benefits from the consume spells you're playing, and that kind of solves the stat line as well. And that etch carries over to the Wurmling, which would be cool. I think that would also be a solution. There's a lot of things they could do here that would make this guy solid. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I think I've talked a lot in this run summary. Interesting stuff, good run, very solid. And yeah, that is as much as we'll do there. So cool. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.